Hi everyone, my name is Heaton and I work for the Department for Work and Pensions as a schools advisor. Today we are going to be looking at interview skills. Does anybody know what an interview is? If you want a job or have a place in college, you have to have an interview. Someone will ask you questions about you and why you are the best person for this job. Sometimes you could be interviewed by one person, or it could be several. As you can see in this interview, there are 3 interviewers. The interviewer will ask you questions. These are the kind of questions they will ask. Why do you want to work here? What is your best skill? Can you tell me what your best skills are? Do you remember the 5 employability skills? So, a week before an interview, I would make sure I have smart clothes. I remember one time going to an interview and not checking to see if I had any smart clothes, thinking I already had some, and when I tried them on, they didn't fit. So always make sure at least a week before your interview you have some smart clothes. Practice the journey to the interview. You might need to get a bus, or you might need a lift there. You don't want to turn up to an interview late. Get your hair cut if you need one, but definitely don't get your hair cut like this chap who's got a frog on his head. Look up the company online. This is really important, because one of the questions the interviewer will ask you is, why do you want to work for us? You can find all the information about the company you have an interview for online. And most importantly, practice answering questions. You can practice with a friend, or a family member, or carer, or teacher. So, the night before the interview, what do you think you should do? First of all, make sure your smart clothes are washed and ironed. You don't want to be going to an interview with your breakfast on your shirt now, do you? Practice answering questions. That can be with a friend, a carer, a family member, or a teacher. Really important. And also make sure your alarm is set early enough. The last thing you want to do is turn up late for the interview. So on the morning of the interview, I will make sure I have a long bath or shower. This really relaxes me. I will make sure my hair is neat and tidy. Clean your hands and nails. Why is this important? What do you do when you meet someone for the first time? That's correct, you shake their hand. And also, brush your teeth after breakfast. The last thing you want is a piece of cornflakes stuck in your teeth. Sitting down for an interview at school or work. How would you sit? Would you sit like this, with your legs crossed on the chair? Or like this, slouching? Or would you sit like this? That's correct. That is the right way to sit at school or at work or for an interview. Let's all have a go. Sit up straight, feet on the floor, hands on your lap or table, look to the front, take a few deep breaths and relax. Brilliant, that is great. So that's how you should sit when you go for an interview. Now we are moving on to looking good for an interview. How would you dress to an interview? Would you dress like this man or this lady? Or would you dress up like a pirate? Or would you put a ball gown on? No, you would not dress like any of these four to an interview. What would you dress on this mannequin? For a man, you'd wear a nice shirt, which is ironed and clean, black trousers, a tie, and a nice pair of shoes. For a lady, it would be a blouse, some trousers or a skirt below your knees, and some nice formal shoes. This is how you should dress to an interview. Well, thank you very much for your time today, and I hope you have learned about employability skills. Thank you. That is the end of the interview skills session. I hope you found it useful. Thank you.